Good day, boys and girls. Let's talk about 2025, wrap that up, and talk about what's coming in 2026. Let's roll with it. All right, so we got a little bit of snow coming down, but 2026 is looking to be a good year. 2025 wasn't too bad. A couple things to note as far as being prepared and doing all that kind of stuff, especially with the house and the family and everything. Lost some weight this year, 80 pounds. So, trying to work on myself and working on being prepared and being able to at least do some pull-ups and, not dying. That's, it just should be, being around, being prepared is obviously, key, number one. Number two, we did put some security systems in on the house as far as we've got obviously a little bit of video coverage right there. We need to put a couple more of them up front on the house up there. We do have, one. I think that's what that's the key, the doorbell alarm thing, but I want the actual security system tied into it. We had to cut some trees back, and we got one more camera up there that's already in, but I do want to put some on the back side of the house as well. As you can see, as far as the property security, I did put the light in up front. It is what it is. I mean, would I like a security camera up there? Yeah, but we are in suburban area, and I don't want to freak everybody out anyway, so we do have some Christmas lights up right now, but yeah, that's basically as far as the property is concerned. I do have to do some maintenance on the house. That's not really security. It's not really prepping. It's just, making sure gutters are draining where they need to be. It would be nice to have these gutters draining into some, reservoir tanks. I probably will put one back here. So this gutter, we can actually keep some water just in case something happens. It's nice to have a 55-gallon drum of water back here, just to collect a little bit of rainwater. And main failure for 2025 is I did not get the standby generator up and running this year. I just ran out of time. It is what it is. We'll get it. That's gonna be like priority number 2 or 3 this year, is getting this thing up and running, because when we do lose power, and don't get me wrong, we're going to lose power eventually, it's going to be super embarrassing to me when my wife looks at me through that window right there for our kitchen, pointing at the generator that we have here, and even though it's not hooked up and we're out of power. So a couple of things. I do have inverter. We're going to use it for the trailer. We'll probably just, since the trailer's delayed, we're just going to put it in the house, put our batteries in there. That way we have a 10 kilowatt battery bank with a standby generator here, and also an inverter just in case. This is going to be natural gas from there, but that's going to get upgraded anyway. And I got to fix that little hole there too. So, but we're also going to have a spot for it so I can hook up propane bottles. We'll have a bigger one. I don't think I can actually bury a propane tank in this area. It's because we're in, we have neighbors and everything like that. But we do have, I think those are 100 pounders. At least get some more of those. That way, if we need to and natural gas fails, have another source of fuel for the generator so we can keep our house powered. I'm not sure how long though. I mean, it probably eats at least 100 to 150 pounds a day, maybe even more in propane to keep that thing running, because it's a 26 kilowatt. And, it just depends on how high we run it as well. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much standard here. We got a bunch of other things in that house that needs to be taken care of, like wood rot and stuff like that. So we'll be taking care of that, getting all this stuff cleaned up, and just doing basic, foliage and everything. Deck is fine, but back here, we need to put up some more security cameras, and it's basically, your basic run-of-the-mill kind of thing. We have the cell phone range extender right there, but we'll be putting up the high-performance Starlink up on the roof. We already have all the parts for it. I just got to do it. We'll get up there and take care of it. That'll be our backup source of signal, internet, and whatever, because we have no cell service right now. I think we have less than 1 bar here because we're in a dead zone. Thank you, Verizon. I appreciate that. It is what it is. Back here, again, same stuff, nothing too crazy. Again, our fireplace is natural gas, so if that does go out, then no more fireplace. You just doing I try to do this as far as like once a month, or so, just kind of walk the property, look at stuff, make sure things are good to go. Obviously, I have, all the water spigots and stuff turned off, and we don't need to worry about, anything freezing up. We do have, on this side here is where our, obviously, utilities come in. Besides gas, we have our water coming in over here as well. Everything else looks pretty good. Say hi to the camera up there. It's nice I have that here. We do have our septic here, which is nice. I'm not on city sewer or anything like that. We do have our own septic. We are on a community well, which we will be looking into getting our own well in here. Ideally, it would be great to have our own source of water. It would be fantastic. That way we don't have to worry about it. As long as we have power, we can actually get water source, which would be great. Ooh, almost slipped and fell. Let's go around here. But looks like I left my ladder over there. We'll get that too. No big deal. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's pretty much the property. 2025 was okay. We got some stuff done. Channel started last year. I know we're kind of small into this, but we're gonna, as far as 2026, more energy storage. We're gonna get ourselves hopped up on a natural a standby generator. We need a new roof. So once we get the new roof, probably not this year, maybe next year, I do want to put solar panels up there and tie it in. Not grid tied, because I don't need the grid to, you know, when I don't want the power company to shut off my inverter because the grid went down. It's going to be separated from the grid. So obviously once grid goes down, then hey, we got a battery bank, or we can just turn it off and use our battery bank, which will be probably 60 kilowatt hours or so, give or take. And then when we need to, we'll use the grid to recharge it if we need extra during the summertime for air conditioning. But air conditioning is going to be the key energy, electrical energy, you know, sink for, you know, pretty much everybody in America, really. I mean, and there's only two things I'm addicted to in the world: sugar and air conditioning. I absolutely love air conditioning. This kind of weather absolutely does not bother me. Being from Alaska, I love it. I'm much more comfortable now than I am, say, 90 degrees and, you know, 90% humidity. It's I do not like warm weather. And that being said, guys, it's pretty much, we'll look forward to a couple more videos, at least one video a week, maybe one video every 2 weeks, and we'll be getting a lot more content out there for you guys. Appreciate it.